Here's exactly why you should not just work with any random agency to set up your business and move to Dubai. And before we talk about exactly why you shouldn't, let me just give you an example so that you can kind of relate to this more. Think of something you don't like doing. Maybe it's going to the gym, maybe it's folding laundry, maybe it's doing the dishes, whatever it may be. Think of something you don't like doing. All right, great. So now that you have this in mind, let me explain to you how this relates to business setup. Now, with our agency, we work with our clients one-to-one. We love what we do. We enjoy helping people set up their business in Dubai. However, there are some huge companies, and I'm not going to name names, but huge companies that hire a lot of people because they have so many people that they're assisting. And when they're hiring a lot of people, they will eventually hire a lot of employees that do not like their job and are just doing it to get by, to scrape by. And when you hire so many people so quickly, not only are you gonna have a lot of people that don't like what they're doing, but a lot of people also won't know what they're doing. And I've witnessed this firsthand, and a lot of our clients have witnessed this firsthand, speaking to a ton of different agencies and realizing that the people helping them don't really know what they're doing. Because the reality is this might just be their part-time job or full-time job, and they don't really care too much about it. Outside of their working hours, they're not even thinking about it. And their main goal is making money from this with, of course, no responsibilities attached to what actually happens to their client. If they set up their client's business wrong, they don't really care. They made money from closing the deal, closing that application. So that's why it's very important to not just work with any agency. And again, relating this back to my experience and the experience of my clients, a lot of these employees, again, don't understand the process. They just want to make money by closing that deal, or they might get fired. What happens is they avoid telling people a lot of information. It might just be tax information, how long you have to be in the country for, the requirements. And it's also a combination of them just not knowing because they don't understand the dynamic of really setting up a company, and of course, the secondary effects on that person's tax exposure in other countries. They don't really care. They just want to set up a company in Dubai. They might tell you, yeah, no problem, set up your company in Dubai. You'll pay no taxes. So it's very important to, of course, speak with qualified people who know your situation, and not just someone who got hired 2 months ago and now is setting up companies but doesn't really understand the process and doesn't really understand that the way you structure your company is very important, not only for, of course, the longevity of your company, but of course things with like banking. If you don't structure your company properly, you're gonna have a nightmare when it comes to banking. You're gonna have a nightmare when it comes to amendments, hiring other people. So it's very important to do it right the first time. And at GenZone here, we speak to hundreds of clients every single month. I mean, 300-400 people every single month. And obviously, not everyone is gonna go with us. A lot of people are just not gonna do the process, and a lot of people are going to go to the cheapest option. And because of that, we get a lot of horror stories. So let me share you one right now. So I had a call with this client a few months ago, and they proceeded with the cheapest agency available, which again is totally fine with us. We don't mind. If pricing is the most important thing to you, then so be it. Go and do what is best for you, which might not be the best for you. But anyway, this client went, set up their business. Everything seemed to be fine. They got their business license, they got their visa, but two huge things went wrong for them. Number one, the structure for their company was not done properly. And because of that, banking was a very difficult process for them. They were not able to open a bank account, and they still don't have a bank account. Now, the second thing I want to mention too is while they were getting their residency, they didn't know that you're actually not supposed to leave the country while you're doing this. And they tried to leave. They tried to go to Turkey for a tech event. And what happened? They got stopped at the airport. Their luggage got sent to Turkey, and they were not able to leave the country. Why? Because they did not have their residency yet. Again, you can't leave the country while your process is in play. And this is something that the agencies won't tell you. They don't care. They're not talking to you one-on-one. They don't know your situation. They're just trying to set up your business and make a quick buck. And horror stories like this happen all the time. And the craziest thing is those mistakes, the cost of those mistakes, sometimes the cost between doing it right the first time, going with the right agency the first time, and the budget option. For example, this client, they bought those tickets to go to Turkey. They were not able to go there, so that's money. Also, their luggage got sent there, so now they don't have their luggage. Also, they paid for accommodations in Turkey, which are non-refundable, so that's another cost. Plus, now they have to pay for more accommodations in Dubai for that period of time. It doesn't really make sense to cheap out, because not only does it ruin your experience if something goes wrong, which honestly, it will usually go wrong. There is no cheap agency that actually cares to help you do your process right the first time. And if you go that cheap route, you're probably gonna have longer waiting times, slower processing times. You're also gonna have more costs associated to mistakes, amendments, issues down the line. Because a lot of these cheap agencies, even if everything goes perfect the first time, they might try and make that money back in the future. Again, if someone is charging you basically nothing for the service, you have to think, what is in it for them, right? Nobody's gonna do this for free. Is there something down the line that they want to charge me on? Are they locking me into a contract that forces me to do something with them? Hidden fees, all these things you need to look into before signing and actually moving forward with a company. Even though they might have a ton of Google reviews, a lot of them could be fake. So please do your research before working with any agency, even ours. Go and check our Google reviews. Go and try to find other people who have done the process with us by checking our social medias, making sure that people are real. And I would recommend you do the same thing with other people as well, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of fake people doing this stuff. And unfortunately, for the people who get conned into it, they waste a lot of time and money. So if you're planning on moving your business to Dubai and you want to get it done right the first time without any headaches, without any struggles, and want to make sure that you actually get your license, your visa, your bank account without scratching your head and pulling out your hair, then please book a call with us down below, and we would be more than happy to give you a customized plan on how to set up your business in the UAE and how to actually get up and running in Dubai in roughly about 30 days, which is a very quick time frame. It shouldn't be that much longer. Again, some of these horror stories, it takes months to even just get the business license, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And sometimes they're just flat out rejected. So if you want someone who's on your side and not just the side of getting a quick buck, then please book a call with us down below, and we would be more than happy to help you out.